everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something pretty different because as you can see I am in Ibis Paint, which is a digital art app, and I usually do traditional art. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to be creating an intro and a little mini me. I do digital art sometimes, but I haven't done it recently, and I did a lot of digital art mainly when I was a bit younger. Like when I was around 9 and 10, I really liked digital art, and then I just kind of took a break, and then I got my channel, and that's when I got back into traditional art. So it's been a while since I've been in Ibis Paint to actually draw something, but it felt good to do it, and I am more familiar with all the blending tools and stuff. But I'm definitely not switching to digital art because I love my traditional art. I just find digital art is really nice on the occasion, but I'll stick to my traditional art for now. For the background, I knew I wanted something to do with clouds and blue, but I didn't know what. So I decided to do some stripes. So basically a light blue background, and then some lighter blue stripes and some darker blue stripes in between. And then I filled it in with some white clouds. I did some white little clouds at the top, 4 of them, and then in between I did 3 bigger ones, and then I just did the same on the bottom of the page. And I think that the background actually turned out really cute. And after I did all that, I did add a little bit of blur to the clouds, and then I added the text for my intro, which was my channel name, Just a Girl in Her Sketchbook. If I did this a month ago or something, I wouldn't know where the fonts were, and it would have just been a basic font. But thankfully, I'm more familiar with the fonts and stuff because I did watch a tutorial not too long ago about how to use Ibis Paint, so I know where the fonts are now, so it's not just a basic font. For my little mini me, or my chibi me, that's what some people like to call it, a chibi, I saw a lot of people doing these little mini versions of themselves, or a persona, which is basically an OC, but it represents you. I decided to just make myself, but chibify myself. So I decided to pretty much oversimplify everything. My hair, my outfit, and my face is just kind of oversimplified. That's what you want to do when you're kind of chibify yourself, and kind of make your face a little bit fat, I guess, and cheeky. I don't know how to explain it, but kind of a kiddish face, kid chub, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, that's what you kind of want to do. And then I did a little black circle, but then I decided, what if I make the whole eye my eye color and then just put a black circle in the middle? So that's what I did. I changed it to light blue, and then I put some eyelashes on it, and then I put the pupil in the middle, and I think it actually looks super cute. I didn't know what I was gonna do with my eyes because some people literally just put 2 black dots or something, but I didn't want to do that, so I decided to do this kind of anime style for my little mini me. I don't usually draw in anime style, and I usually draw in a more cartoony style, but I decided that I wanted to draw in an anime style. For this shirt, I did purple, a light lavender purple, because I'm actually quite loving purple right now. Blue is still my favorite color, but I actually really like purple too. So I decided to do that. And I added a little bit of shading and then just blurred the edges out a little bit so it didn't look too harsh. Because when you're chibisifying yourself, you don't really want too much harsh edges. You kind of want some softer shading. And I also, for the shading on my face and kind of the rest of the shading, I clipped a layer to my like skin and the hair and stuff, and I set it to multiply, and I layered the opacity, and that's how I created this kind of purple looking effect on the skin and on the hair. And you should do that. It actually looks really, really cute. After I did that, I added some blush, and then I started adding some of the shading to the hair and stuff. And I tried to add shading onto the teeth, but I realized I was on a totally different layer, and then I had to clip it to a different layer and stuff. So I just like left the teeth be for now, and then I forgot about the teeth later. Right now I am kind of just like fixing up all the edges and softening them out with a blur brush. And also, after I did that, I clipped another layer to layer, and I set it to multiply again, but then at the bottom of the picture I added a little bit of a shadow, and then I also set a layer to add and added some like light coming, and that's how I kind of created a lighting effect. I learned that from some tutorials on how to do ibis paint. Also, sorry if my voice sounds a little bit different. I didn't really want to do like the kind of all energetic kind of voice thing because I wasn't really doing anything much. I'm just kind of making my little mini me and a little intro, so it's a pretty simple video. But basically what I did to change the faces while like I'm talking is I just kind of erased the eyes and then put some different eyes on it, and it was a pretty simple process. My mini me is pretty much all done. Other than that, I just put a sad face on, and now it's all done, and let's go to the intro. This is how my intro looks. What do you guys think? This is also my little mini me. I think it looks so cute, and it's so cute like when I'm talking. So if I say something kind of like sad, it's gonna be a sad face. If I'm kind of laughing, it will close its eyes. And if I'm just talking, it will just make the regular face that I have. And I think it looks so cute. Okay, that's all I have for today. Bye, everybody.